Zohar Chelik Gimel Emor Daf Tzadik Suf Amud Beis Al Pasuk Ish Mizarachal Edorosam Asher Yeh Bo Mum. It says, a man from your children to their generations that has a blemish concerning the Kohanim working in the Mikdash. Kamadas Amris Malki tzedek melech sholim, like it says, Malki tzedek was a complete king, meaning who kohen, and he was the kohen, meaning to say he had to be a complete king, someone without a blemish, to be a kohen. And it says when the sukkah was in completeness, meaning to say the concept of the mikdash, like the sukkah of David, is a concept of completeness, so there can't be blemish. Begin kach lo shadia kola ela ba'asar shlim ad kan l'shono. Therefore, all doesn't rest only in a complete place. Find mashakasu b'makom acher al pasuk ach el haparuches lo yavu chulu. Look what it says in another place about that he should not go into the paruches kimumbo. Why? Because he has a blemish. And nizkar b'zorah vayeshev daf kuf pe'alev u'mashakasu al pasuk kulach yafay rayasi mumin bachlin. See what it says about this connected idea that you're all completely beautiful and you do not have a blemish. Mum gematria elokim shmisham minikas achitzonim, and how the concept of the blemish is the gematria of Elokim 86, because from there is the nurturance of the other side. So you do not want to have that in the mikdash or in the kohanim. And about this concept that the Holy One, blessed be He, does not rest only in a place that's complete, b'Torah or parshas titzaves with tipura maskel v'asisa bigdei kodesh. V'likutei Torah parshas emar b'bial pasuk v'enif hacohen osam alechem abikurim. So look what it says about the garments of the Kohen, and that the Kohen should wave them above the bread of Bikurim. I'm not sure how that connects. And that they were complete, meaning to say, I guess that they were one as a nation, and therefore they had something special, that they weren't any people that, so to speak, fell out. But my question is that the king, the regular king, doesn't uses gold and silver vessels, the Zohar says, but the Kodesh Baruch Hu uses man and feet in broken vessels. So how does that fit with this concept? At any rate, hey, b'mikdash melech parshas emor sham kasa b'shem nir b'zeh maharachav umalki tzedek melech sholem because the concept of the complete king, like a Kohen, is that it completes the building to 10. And that's the concept of that his sukkah was in peace. Like there was peace in Yerushalayim, or peace in his mikdash, but in our context, Bishalem means that the sukkah is complete, meaning to say that it has all 10 levels in the mikdash. Perash malchus shenikres sukkah, or in particular, the Mikdash Melech says the malchus is called his sukkah, gematria elokim. The sukkah is also gematria elokim 86. Hi hamashlemes leze'er. That completes Zeranpin. Ad kan dvarav. That's the end of the words of the Mikdash Melech. So Bishalem sukkah means that the malchus completes, is mashlim zer. And that is to say that Zah on its own has 9 spheros. And the malchus makes it 10. Daf Kuf Pei Amud Beis begin the Hi Shlomei Emuna Yisrael Aganashona. Because she is the like the Isha Tikois says, that she was the completeness of the Emunah of Yisrael. that Shlomei Emunah Yisrael is this concept of Emunah that completes the idea of Yisrael, which is Zah. So Malchus completes Zah, the feminine concept, which is the 10th level. There it says in that Maimer, in Yisro, the Zah and it only has 9 spheros. So Alfei Shina is thousands, but with Malchus it's Ribo is 10,000, Ribo Saim is 20,000. Or the drasha in Alfei She'enan that it's missing, like 18,000 is missing it's missing 2,000. So Ribo Saim is the 20,000 complete. Shu Esher Spheros Gemuros, which is a complete 10 spheros. Kenodaz is known. Adkan Lashono, that's the end of the quote. From the Maimer and Torah or Parshas Yisro, Dibra Maskal of Eshinan. Fine Mashkaz al Pasuk Tzid Kascha Kahari El Tehillim Simen Lamed Zayin. I'm not sure how that connects. It explains on my beloved is like a deer. Because the concept of Malchus is revealing the hidden. That there should be a revelation of his honor may be blessed. It's like the concept of Hashem will be king forever. So the concept of Malchus being king forever is revelation of this kingship. Hashem will be king upon the whole earth, and that day Hashem will be one. So I guess it also corresponds with the concept of Hashem being king, meaning he's Kalos Malchus. So Zoh has 9 spheros al derech aidi detari lemivla lopali, like the concept of someone who is involved in swallowing, it is not spitting out. And therefore Malchus completes it to 10, which is its completeness, that there should be revelation, meaning to say Zah on its own is only looking upwards but doesn't give flow downwards. It's only with Malchus that it gives the flow downwards for Hashem to be king over the world. Similar to what it says in Medrash Rabbah on the verse that the good name is better than the good oil. Amar Rash bar Nun. I'm not sure who that is, and you have to look in the Medrash. Matzinu shehalach HaKadosh Baruch Hu mahalech 500 shana. We find that HaKadosh Baruch Hu traveled the distance of 500 years la'asas lo Shem in order to make a name for himself. Shmuel bar Nachman maybe. So we have that he went to make a name, because the name is so important. The concept of the Malchus is going to be the name, which is the completeness of this and the revelation. Look what it says, that the tzeddikim are compared to their creator, that their name comes before them. Ushmi Havaya. It says, my name is Havaya. That's the name before him. And similarly, by the righteous, it says, and his name was Mordechai, with the concept of his name before him. Similarly is the concept of how Moshe was heavy of speech, the opposite of revelation. And it says, who placed a name, who placed a mouth for man. So the concept of the mouth, the concept of the name is before them, means, I guess, to say that it's above revelation. Umalki tzedek melech sholem shamalchus mashlemes, and therefore you have this concept of malki tzedek, because the complete king, that malchus completes Zeranpin, I guess, to have the giloi that it doesn't have on its own, conceptually. We can say that this is also the concept of the complete name and the complete throne, that the malchus, as its mashlim, it also brings it down to revelation, which is also the giloi of Lasilavo, Rabos Mem Zayin Gimel, Kuf Tzadik Dalet, Aleph Reshu Vav Gimel, Vav Rabos Vayera, Parsha Mem Gimel, Daf Mem Zayin Amud Gimel, Malki Tzedek. What does it say about Yerushalayim, about Malki Tzedek? That this place gives righteousness and correct judgment to those who dwell there. Tzedek nikras Yerushalayim, Shneamar, Tzedek Yalin Ba. Tzedek is called Yerushalayim, like it says that righteousness dwells there. So I guess that's also a concept of tzedek and tzaddik within Yerushalayim, which I guess is going to be an idea of malchus. We'll see. Melech sholem shenolid mahul. So maybe we're talking about Yesod now. It's matzdik is Yoshvav, and tzedek is called Yerushalayim. Tzedek yolin ba. Melech sholem shenolid mahul. He's a king that's complete because he was born with a bris milah. Vaynuki ha'orla mumhi, because the orla is a blemish, and we just said before that he's a complete king, meaning to say he doesn't have a blemish, so he doesn't have an orla. It says about Moshe that they saw that he was good, that he was born with a bris already. This is like the concept of how Shem will circumcise your heart, that it will be in the time to come, which is, like we said, that it will be a gilui of lasid lavo, is all connected to this idea of melech sholim, tzedek yolim ba, or the hisgalus of the mila. Hutzi lechem ze lechem apanim. He brought out bread, that refers to the showbreads of the mikdash. Inyan lechem apanim ulahamshich yichud tediri de ava. So this lechem apanim its concept is to draw down a constant union of ava, v'hachios olamos, in order to give life to the worlds. That yichud of ava is yichud tamidi, tadiri. So lechem panim lefanai tamid, it has to be in front of Hashem constantly, even when they switch out the breads and so forth. There's always bread, because it refers to a sustenance, a bread, a flow of divine sustenance to the world. It's always there. Yichud ava, k'mosh kos v'ramaz truma kufnun gimel kufnun vav. V'yayin elu hanesachim, right? So Malki Tzedek was hutzi lechem v'yayin. The wine, that's the nesachim of the mikdash. Ishlomar zeu yichud zun. We can say that refers to the lower yichud, the yichud of zun. V'kamosh kasu ichlu reim le'ela yichud chachma bina shtu v'shichru dodim l'sata. Like we could say in the Shir Hashirim, on the pasuk, that the friends should eat above, which refers to yichud chachma of bina, and they should drink and get drunk, the beloveds below, yichud zun, which is the union of zan nukfa, the partzufim below, the lower level. And there is a greatness to the union of Zah and Nukva more than in Yichud Chachma Bina, Kamoshkaz Bibior Ezor, Parshas Vayera, Al Pasuk Vigam Amna, Chosi Basavi, Chulu. It says certainly she's the daughter, my sister, the daughter of my father. So the Yichud of Avraham and Sarah was the concept of that she was the concept of a sister, the daughter of Chachma Bina, and not on the level of meaning to say it was a level of Yichud Zun and not a level of Yichud Avah. V'Rabbanan Amri Torah Gila lo Shinamar Luhu Lachmu Balachmi Ushtu B'Yayin Masachti. And our sages said about the Lechem V'Yayin that he revealed Torah to him, I guess to Avraham, if we're talking about malki tzedek, who was Shem, who had a yeshiva, Shem ve'ever, and so forth. So perhaps talking about that. Like it says, come and bread together with me with my bread, and drink wine with my masechta that I pour. But as we know that this is Hainuki b'Torah Yesh Gamkin Gal Yivasazim, that is because the Torah has these two levels of bread and wine, of the hidden and the revealed. V'nikra lechem v'yayin. Look what it says in Torah Or about the concept of that the wise got red with wine, believe in Shinai Michalav, and the teeth became white from milk. That are connected to this idea of the secrets of the Torah compared to wine. Look what it says in Shir Hashirim about bread and wine and oil connected to this idea. B'medrash Rabbah Zayin. B'medrash Rabbah Bamidbar Parsha Daled Afresh Yudvav Amud Gimel Adlo Hukam HaMishkan Hayu Habamus Mutaros. That before the Mishkan was established, you were allowed to bring a korban on a bama, va'avoda bebechoros, and the service was with the firstborn. Before the Kohanim, and similarly, you can say that that's what's going on by Shem, v'kohen lekel elyon, that he was the Kohen to the supernal God. Like we said by malki tzedek shaya makriv kekohen, that he was bringing sacrifices like a Kohen. Even though Yefes was the firstborn, Shem was the Kohen. So if we're saying the avodah is in the bechoros, so Yefes should have been the Kohen. But here we're saying that Shem was the Kohen. Makom acher ha'afresh ben yichus hakohanim lichus habechorim. And it says in another place the difference between the inheritance of the Kohanim to the inheritance of the firstborn, Shakohanim Siach Simach Ra'av, that the Kohanim, if you're Kohen, is it goes after the father, Sheme Aviv Dafka, Yoresh Kehuna, specifically from your father, you inherit your priesthood, Mash Enkin HaBechor, which is not the case with the firstborn, Nimshach Me'imu, that comes from the mother. Shu'al Yidehi Yosu Peter Rechem, that you were the first from the womb. That's firstborn. Because of Kadesh Li Kol Bechor Peter Kol Rechem, like the Torah says. You should sanctify me, the firstborn, the first one to come from the womb. So it's dependent upon the mother. V'im kein hacohen shosham izah shema abechor Peter Rechem shosham miban nukfa. Therefore, the Kohen comes higher from Ziranpin, from Shema, from the masculine, and the firstborn, which comes from the womb, is the sort of in the feminine, and from Shem Ban, as opposed to Ma. And so, before the sin of the calf, that you didn't have that type of nurturance to the other side from the feminine, from Nukfa. Therefore, you had the avoda on that level, and that's how it's going to be in the time to come as well. Eishis Chayla Teres Bailachulu, that the woman of valor will be the crown of her husband. Malchus will go up again, and so it makes sense to have the avoda from that level of the Bechuros of the firstborn again in some way. Which is not the case now. It says that the masculine will rule over the feminine. And so similarly we can say that the Kehuna was taken from Shem, who corresponds with Malchus, like we said, and it was given to Avraham. Avraham Ever Ma, which Avraham is the limb of Ma, like we said, it's the difference between Ma and Ban. And if malki tzedek, melech shalom, corresponds with Malchus or Ban, so Avraham corresponds with Ma, with the Kohanim of the time now. Which is not the case with Shem. His service was only this concept that the service was with the firstborns. Ches od Yishlomar, we can further say, Hini b'makom acher, ba'abir al pasuk vasisa b'gdei kodesh, v'zel shono, hini shoresh and yin b'gdei Aharon, yesh b'gimel madregos. Now this concept of the garments of Aaron exists on 3 levels. Ha'alef b'maitzil atzmu lifnei ha'tzilus, v'anikra v'rav chesed, u'notzer chesed. The first level of Aaron, of the garments of Aaron, is on the great kindness or guarding kindness, Miyud Gimel Tikunei Dikna, on the level of Keser, from the 13 attributes of the beard. Kidua the Abba Yonik B'maz Lashminias is known that the father, concept of Chachma, of Abba, gets nurturance from the 8th mazel of the Tikunei Dikna, Notzar Chesed. Dikna de Kahana Rabba Zakan Aaron Chulu. This is called the beard of the Kohen Gadol, the beard of Aaron. And the second level of Aaron is in Atzilus itself. Aaron Aaron as the man of kindness, which is the concept of kindness of Ziranpin, and Nikra Chesed Olam, which is called the kindness of the world, not above the world. And the third is on the level of Bria Tzir, which is below Atzilus. Adkan Lashono, that's the end of the quote there. On the Mimer of Vasisa Bigdei Kodesh. And it goes at length there about the first level of the beard of Aaron that's before Atzilus, Lafisha Amshacham Morin Sof Batzilus Inu Kederach Ishtal Shulus Ilava Olol Ela Al Yidei Shairus Al Derech Mashal. Because drawing down from the infinite light into Atzilus is only like the concept, is not a way of Ilava Olol, of cause and effect, gradative process, but it's much smaller light than that. It's like hairs in comparison. So that's why it's compared to the beard, because to go from so high into Atzilus, you have to do it through a much smaller hamshach, which is compared to hairs. And that's what's called the beard of Aaron. The Aharon Osios Nira, and Aaron is the letters of to see, something visible, because it's revealed, Al Derech Asher Ayin B'Ayin Nira, like the pasuk says that you will see eye to eye, Hashem. Because it's coming down through this symptom of shayros to be revealed. Look what it says about Loscha, the first mimer, the concept of the greatness of the love of Aaron over the chesed of the world, which is the love of the world, meaning to say, referring to Aharon on that higher level, the level of the Tikunei Dikna, as opposed to Chesed of Atzilus itself. which is chesed olam, avas olam, as opposed to avarabba. Hakehuna the malki tzedek im hiyosu melech shalem. If so, we can say the concept of the priesthood of malki tzedek, even though he was the complete king. I'm sorry, the ya'ay al derech hacohen shabat tzilus. We can say he's the lower level of the priesthood within the world of Atzilus. Shachesed mamshich ma'bina. That chesed is drawing down from bina. Hamshich bechinas v'nahar bina yotze mi'eden, to draw down from the concept of the river, which is of bina, which comes out of Eden, mehachochma, which is wisdom, chachma, lahashkos esagan zun, to water the garden, which are the patzufim of za and nukfa. Kamaimer basi legani achosi kala, like it says, I came to my garden, my sister, my bride, meaning to say, benu bas as a ach and achos, and also like a chasen and kala, are the levels of zun. And I came to my garden, meaning the gan is zun, so that's lahashkos esagan, to water the garden of zun. Basi lagani. Therefore, this that Avraham got the priesthood zeuki be'ever hanar yashva v'seichem. Why did it go from malki tzedek to Avraham? Because Avraham was higher, because he sat on the other side of the river. Be'ever hanahar yashva v'seichem. Sheshoshem lamayla mebechinas nar yotzim Eden. He was higher than the concept of the garden that comes out of Eden, which was the lower level of malki tzedek. Because they come from chagas of arich, not chagas of zav atzilus, and the mountains of darkness are the harim. The avos are the harim, the mountains, because they are the emotional constructs, the concepts of emotions that go upwards, are like the mountains. And since they are in arich, they are chashocha, they are dark, like dark mountains of darkness, as opposed to the Torah Proda, which are below, or I guess in Atzilus would be a different concept of aharim, regular mountains. And therefore, this higher level of Kehuna has the ability to bring down from the three first levels of Arich, which is the lower level of the emanator, Mamash, which is much higher, a much higher level than drawing down from Bina of Atzilus. Look what it says in the Mimer about Birchas HaZimun, where you have three people making a Zimun on benching. The difference between the blessing of Zimun now, that we bring down from the pool of water, so to speak, the flow that comes from Bina L'Chagaskulu to the emotional attributes of Chesed Gvura Tiferes within Atzilus itself, when the blessing of the benching of in the time to come of David in the Seuda, I guess, of the Leviathan, Sheila Aliyas HaMalchus, Malchus Darichan, that Malchus will go up into Malchus of Arich, above Atzilus, into Keser. And therefore it says, my cup overfloweth, which the word Rivaya is Gematria Erech, like Arichan Pin. Shiyamshich Mebina Arichan Min, who will draw down from Bina of Arich, as opposed to Bina from the Berecha to Chagas. It'll draw down from Bina of Arich into the Midas of Arich. And like he just said, that the Avos were from the concept of Chagas of Arich. And I guess that's also why David does it, and not the Avos, because he's drawing down to them. Because Malchus of Arich had an Aliyah to Bina. Ein Sham, look over there. Similarly, you can say the greatness of great shofar of the time to come, bina da'arich anpina shofar da'ata bina da'atzilus, which is the great shofar is bina of arich, greater than the shofar now, which is on the level of bina of atzilus. L'chein az uvau ha'ovdim anidachim, and therefore in the time to come specifically, those who are lost and pushed away will come back. Because that's the source of freedom. This is also then corresponding to the priesthood of Avraham that was given from malki tzedek to Avraham. He came from the other side of the river, like we said, above bina of atzilus. Chesed arich anpin, which is the kindness of Ari Chesed Gav, the inner kindness, Chasti mi'itcha or mi'itach lo yamushkulu, that my kindness from you will not go away. My kindness specifically, meaning to say Chesed of Ari. Al Kehuna de malki tzedek, above the priesthood of malki tzedek, Shiur shom Chesed Zachul, which is rooted in the kindness of Ziranpin, below arich. V'zeu shemalki tzedek ne'amar, shebemalki tzedek ne'amar hotzi lechem v'yayin. And that's why by malki tzedek it says that he brought out bread and wine. Val bekuna de Avraham hin eksiv be'aron kohen gadol kashem and hatov aleirosh. And that's why it says by Avraham, I guess, who corresponds with Aaron kohen gadol kashem and hatov aleirosh, like the good oil upon the head. Yored al hazekan, zekan Aaron, that falls upon the beard of Aaron. And it is known that oil is much higher than the concept of wine. Like it says in Gemara Shabbos that the oil floats on top of wine. When they have the whole discussion there whether or not you can consider both of them as united together, or the oil is on its own. Because Kabbalistically, wine is the brains of the mother, and the oil are the brains of the father, of Chachma and Bina. And the concept of Bina is the level of the hidden of the revealed, meaning to say that which becomes revealed later. Like the pasuk says, that which is hidden will fill, your hidden treasures will fill their bellies. But the concept of the belly is the concept of the womb of the mother, and that which which it hides and will reveal later. So that's the Giloy Ha'elam. Anyway, which is not the case with the brains of the father, the concept of Mochin Da'aba, the parts of Abba. That's like the verse, I wanted to be wise, the Shlomo HaMelech says, but it was far from me. Meaning to say it's not a revealed level, not a level that can be revealed. It's far away from wisdom. It's far away from revelation, a higher level. And that's the shemen that's on top of the wine. Like it says in explaining the verse that wine will make rejoice. Why does it make it rejoice? Because it reveals. But to shine the countenance of shine a person's face, that's from oil. Look what it says about your love is greater than wine. Concept of dodecha. Look what it says about the idea of anointing oil that's holy, that draws down from the concept of kodesh, which is higher than the concept of kadosh with the vav. That's why in the time to come his legs will stand upon the mountains of the olives. I guess sesim is a concept of oil, shemen. He stands above the mountains because it's a concept of oil above, like we said, higher than wine. Gam nichnas yain yatzasod giloy hahelem alma diskasya. This is also this idea that the wine goes in and the secrets come out, revealing the hidden world. Meir ba'alma diskalia, alma diskasya, meir ba'alma diskalia. The hidden world shines into the revealed world. Val Hashem and ke'inyan razid dirazin. But the oil, it's a concept of the secret of the secrets, not just wine, which is the secrets to come out, but the secrets of the secrets, shu lamaila, min bechinas hahelem v'hagile, which is higher than this concept of hidden and revealed. Similar to the idea of that he is exalted above exalted, Adon Haniflos, the master of the wonders, like it says about as Yashir in the Maamar Shir Avaya will sing to Shem. And we can explain this idea of the secret, Hainu Shem Havaya, which is a concept of Shem Havaya, Shem's name. That's what you're revealing. That's the hidden thing. Like it says, the secret of Havaya is to those who fear him. So that's the level we're talking about being revealed. The concept of the secret of the secret, Gilu Yisod Atik Yomin, is the concept of the level of Yisod of Atik, that on this level, Havaya is like Elokim, because we're revealing higher than that level, which corresponds with Shem Havaya that's being revealed. We're revealing a higher level of Shem Havaya, or a higher level, Lagamre. Because of Yuvin Shigabe Kehuna, the Avraham Ne'amar Keshem Natov, therefore by the Kehuna of Avraham it says it's like the good oil. It's compared to Aaron, that's higher than wine. And therefore the Levim, they would sing songs upon the wine, because I guess that's a lower level, and that rejoices the Elokim, because that draws down the concept of the secret of Shem Havaya, which the Elokim is a Giloi. Because the Elokim hides Shem Havaya, and if you're revealing the Sod Havaya, then that's Misameach Elokim, you're rejoicing the Elokim and revealing into it. And like it says that the service of the Levi was who, the Hamshich Mibechinas Hu Alma Diskasya, which is who means what is it? You don't know it. It's a hidden level that you don't know, like the Zohar says in the beginning, because you want to bring down from the concept of who Alma Diskasya, which is the hidden world. And that's the Hashem is the Elokim, revealing Havaya into Elokim. And then through that wine, then it rejoices the Elokim. All of that is the level of Levi, or who, or the wine as opposed to oil. But through the Kohen, you're bringing down a pleasant spirit to Havaya, that you're bringing down the light from the infinite light into the name Havaya, higher than the name Shem Havaya, into it. That's why it says in Midrash Rabbah, by Avraham it says that you loved righteousness and you hated wickedness. Al kain mishachacha Elokim Shem and Sasu michavirecha. Therefore, Hashem anointed, Elokim anointed you the oil of rejoicing from your friend. Tilim simin memhei ches v'hainu, and that's the pasuk. V'hainu hadibur shediber Avraham chulu yain Shem, and that's the speech that he had with Avraham and so forth. So I guess it's saying that he's the concept of the oil in comparison. I'm not sure how the concept of haftat tzedek v'tis naresh is connected to that idea of oil, though. I guess you'd have to look over there. The Shem and Sason mash nimshach b'yesod memuchim the abachulu, and the concept in Me'ori or it says, what's Shem and Sason? Rejoicing oil. That's the oil that's drawn down from Mochin of Abba, which the Mochin of Abba is the concept of oil in comparison to wine, which is a Mochin of Ima. So if you're drawing down the oil, it's Yesod Abba. V'zehu ke'inyan hamevuar pasuk Torah Tziva, binyan hayichud shmini atzeres. And this is like the concept that's explained about the union of Shmini Atzeres, which is the highest yichud of Kabbalistic yichudim that you have throughout the entire year, which is Shmini Atzeres, which is the Pnimis, Yisrael, and Rachel. Shmini Gam Kein Lashon Shemen Chulu, and Shmini is also the language of Shemen, of oil, so you have that higher yichud of Shemen. So in terms of avoda, wine is on the left side, which is bina, and it's called hearing, and hearing cannot compare to seeing, which is wisdom, who is wise, the one who sees. Therefore Aaron is the one who sees, because he's on the level of seeing, of Re'iyah, as opposed to Shmi'ah. In Sham be'orech, orcha, nire'or, b'chinas Re'iyah. Look over there. So we have the pasuk be'orcha nire'or, b'chinas Re'iyah mamash. And with your light, I'll see light is a concept of seeing. I will see. V'avash hanimshach me'b'chinas Re'iyah ein aroch elechlu. And the love that comes from the concept of seeing, I guess, like it says, that at least takla b'ikar da malka, it's incomparable to the concept of his bonus of Shemiah. And that's the concept of oil that draws down light. We're saying nira, to see, in the concept of seeing. So that's how the seeing and the shemen is connected, because that's how you see, through the light of the oil. Or you can say that the kuna of Shem, of malki tzedek, that's from the level of Michoel Chesed of the world of Bria. Not in Atzilus, but even lower. That he's serving, he's a Kohen to the lower concept of the kingship, the malchus of Atzilus. He's the malki tzedek. He's the melech of tzedek. He's the Kohen on the level of malki tzedek. I guess, I'm not sure what the Kohen Lekel Elyon then is. Because he says he's the malki tzedek, he's the Kohen Lekel Elyon. But here he's saying that malki tzedek himself is the Kohen for malchus. The kuna da Avraham al derech chesed da atzilus. But if we're saying that malki tzedek is the Kohen to malchus, so the kuna of Avraham is then on the level of atzilus, chesed of atzilus, the mishamish lemelech ilah bina, who's serving to the higher king, as opposed to melech l'sata malchus. Kunas Aaron bechinas v'rav chesed arichan pin, and then in that context, the kuna of Aaron would be even higher, which is the great kindness, the great chesed of Arich.